Yo, what's going on, guys? And I love to tell you guys the information going on in the NBA. And Shams Charania of The Athletic has dropped his NBA pass, or whatever he calls it, basically, whenever he compiles a bunch of information. So, as you guys know, we have about under a month now before the February 9th NBA trade deadline. And this is the time when team executives ramp up their conversations. Okay, that's when the names that have been floating around all season, obviously John Collins and Jake Crowder, have populated the headlines. But today we're talking about the San Antonio Spurs, so I want to hear your thoughts down below. Who's still on the trade block and the discussions that are surrounding both the Spurs and teams talking to the Spurs are expected to elevate in the coming days to weeks. So let's talk about what Shams Charania has said. And before we go, I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the way to 10,000. Your support means a lot. I'm about to be a graduate student. I'm about to graduate from college, but I got school in like 3 hours, and then I got to go work at a news station because I'm a journalist from 2 to 11. Let's get right into it. One organization every deadline as a key hub for the entire season has been the San Antonio Spurs, primarily because the Spurs center Jakob Poeltl has gained significant trade interest from teams such as the Toronto Raptors and Boston Celtics, according to league sources who were granted anonymity to speak freely to Shams Charania. Poeltl is believed to have great respect from the Spurs organization, head coach Greg Popovich, and his teammates, but his desire to compete on the highest level is a factor that other organizations feel is important for the pending unrestricted free agent. The Spurs want to keep the 27-year-old Poeltl as a part of their long-term future, but are balancing the risk of his price tag and potentially losing him for nothing in the summer. The Spurs have a standing offer to Poeltl for his maximum extension of 4 years, $58 million since before the start of the season, which he declined, league sources says, as San Antonio is able to offer more to Poeltl in the offseason. When he hits free agency, he's slated to have an excess of $50 million salary cap, plus the rules don't apply for offseason re-signings. Rival executives believe Poeltl, though, will approach the $20 million per year range in a new deal during the offseason. There's no question that the Spurs will hold a high price threshold for any trade involving Poeltl. In addition to Poeltl, the San Antonio Spurs have two established veteran wing players in Josh Richardson and Doug McDermott, sure to receive trade interest ahead of the deadline. Josh Richardson is an expiring contract who will be a free agent in July. He's averaged 11.3 points, 3.3 assists, 36% from three this season, and is a valued two-way player in the NBA who can be a starter or a rotational piece on a contending team. While Doug McDermott, under contract through 2024 at a $13.75 million per year hit, is averaging 10.5 points, 42% from three-point range. In the past, though, Doug McDermott last year, I don't know about this year. I think this year he's increased his trade value, but last year, this past offseason, Doug McDermott's contract was deemed a negative trade asset. So I don't know if that was just because of how he played last year or if it still continues to carry a negative trade. They were saying that just to trade Doug McDermott's contract, you would have to include a first-round pick with it. I don't know if that's still the demand because how he's played this season. However, that's something that should be mentioned. Along with that being said, I really am wondering what the Spurs are planning to do, okay? And the Spurs over here are definitely, it's interesting, okay? It's interesting to see. And I'm wondering if this will be, if Poeltl, I think Josh Richardson and Doug McDermott are more than likely to leave. I just can't see the Spurs. I just see the Spurs keeping Poeltl for some reason. Maybe I'm wrong, okay? Maybe I'm wrong on that, but look, I think this is a team that's way, way better than we're giving them credit for. And yeah, I just think, hey, this is a team that, it's Greg Popovich. As long as Greg Popovich and R.C. Buford are there, it's going to be fine. but it doesn't keep me from wanting to hear your opinions on the matter. So let me know what you guys think. Bye.